traders, I trust you are well. I am well, and I hope we're going to have a fantastic time. What I want to do very quickly is I just have to read out a disclaimer. All right, guys, here goes the disclaimer. The content provided is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. It reflects the speaker's views at the time of publication and may not account for your individual risk tolerance, financial situation, or investment goals. That's a disclaimer. I hope everyone got it. Now, guys, let's keep this interactive. If you got questions, just ask the questions. I'm going to make sure I've got the chat box open. Yes, I've got the chat box open, and we're going to get in. Now, I'm sharing JDR screen. If you're not getting that, you should be looking at the screen that shows USD yen at the present moment. Okay, so I trust you're looking at that, all of us. If not, let me know. All right, so what I want to focus on today is December. Why should we think of trading in December? Or rather, who should be thinking of trading in the month of December? Okay, should any of us be thinking of trading in the month of December? I'm speaking from the perspective of the way that I trade. You are all exposed to all of my colleagues, the trader coaches, ATW's trader coaches. I think there's probably 10 to 12, not more of us who offer different courses and different ways of trading. My particular way of trading, I call the AVZ of trading, the asset valuation zones of trading. And I'm going to be telling you why we should be trading in December and when we should not think of trading in December based on the way that I trade. Not just for simplicity's sake. If you have not been part of my course at all, I trade during the day, intraday, and I trade off the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart. And that's really the only way I'm qualified to tell you when and when not to trade in December. There are different ways to trade. If your strategies that you are being taught, which are not part of the AVZ of trading, my way of trading, if they set up for you in December, and if you're in December, you must trade. If they say to you, do not trade in December, and there are reasons for it, then do not trade. Okay, so that's my disclaimer. I'm talking of the AVZ of trading, the way I teach guys to trade off the 15-minute chart. Now, first thing, there is no one, no trader, no any trader coach who can look at a daily chart like this and tell us which month is what month. Okay, you can, of course, tell if I put this on PowerPoint and deleted and hidden the months, you would not know. There is no one who could tell you, hey, Dr. George, that is January, that is December, that is October, or whatever. It is an impossibility. Okay, and the reason I say that is that the market is continually moving. Okay, and presenting opportunities. It is an ongoing market. It's global trade. Everything that's happening in the world of business globally eventually finds its way and is reflected on the financial charts. Okay, there is no day that the whole world is shut, and therefore we just get a straight line on the charts because there's no trade. Reason for that is that when holidays come, and there's this big Western holiday that everyone is talking about, when the holidays come, national holidays, country holidays, they come at different times for different reasons. Okay, simple fact. If we look at the Western calendar, New Year, it is different to the Arabic calendar, New Year. I worked in Saudi Arabia, staying in Jeddah for 3 solid years. And the New Year, the concept of New Year, the Western calendar and the Arabic calendar is different. And of course, as you know, the Chinese New Year is completely different to the Western New Year. So they don't overlap into one single day and we have a flat line. And I mean, if you look at holidays anyway, I don't know, German, Japan, China, they're all different, guys. So for that simple reason, every single month is a tradable month. Now, the big thing you have to be careful of, because of the volumes that this particular market brings into the charts that we trade in, is US holidays. And for the simple reason that when New York Stock Exchange opens, the volumes that come with it, let's think of it, the capitalization, the value of the New York Stock Exchange is at least 10 times that of London Stock Exchange. Okay, there is a website I continually ask my traders who trade the way that I trade, who are in the room, to have a look at tradinghours.com. It shows you the market capitalization of the different exchanges. Okay, we're talking 10 times the size of Hang Seng, 10 times the size of DAX, 10 times the size of London. So even if you combine them together, it is still 5-6 times bigger. That's New York Stock Exchange. So when US banks are closed on US bank holidays, Forex Factory will tell you when country bank holidays are coming. When those banks are closed, when the US banks are closed, the market is still open, but you do not have the big volumes coming in. The only thing you have to always know, when US banks are closed across all markets, volumes are low, which means you're going to have irregular volatility because you don't have the big wave of volumes coming to moderate things. You're going to have irregular volatility and big, very important, spreads are going to be wide. Now, when spreads are wide, we have a problem. That means it's expensive for us to do business. So let me give a simple example. I tell my traders that my wife has been part of this trading journey of mine for the past 16 years, and she understands exactly what's going on in the market, not specifically trading, but she knows bulls, bears, green bars, candle. She knows news. She knows NFP is not going to the office. She knows all of these things, right? And I use an analogy with it from way back when we started. And I said, think of it as I'm just a simple farmer. I'm a simple trader going to the market, the farming market where you buy onions and tomatoes and vegetables and fresh fruit. Everyone knows that. And that's where I am going. Okay. And my business is simply to sell fresh fruit and vegetables to the nearby school. Okay. Teachers and kids and whatever the case may be. So I've got to go to the market. And when I get to the market, I've got the farmers coming in with their supply. And I've got to, with all the other traders and the farmers on that side, we've got to haggle about price, freshness, quality, etc., and make decisions. But to get to the farm, I mean to the marketplace, I've got to, either hire a truck if I don't have a truck to carry the produce, or I've got to put fuel in my own truck, make sure it's serviced. The farmers on the other side have got to do the same thing, make sure the transportation is right. But because there's volumes, it's the trucks are cheap to hire and all sorts of things. But when there is a big event that is affecting the whole market and you don't have the volumes, hiring the truck is going to be super expensive. Even if the farmers turn up, everything's going to be expensive. And on their side, things are going to be expensive. The cost of just getting that fruit is much higher. So which means even if I'm able to sell my stuff, I don't make as much profit because of the cost of doing business, which for us is spread. That is it. So if the US banks are closed, low volumes, irregular volatility, huge spread. You can take a trade and say, my goodness, why is the entry so far away? Or, why did I get just stopped out when the candle itself didn't get there? Well, it's because of a thing called spread. So that's what you need to bear in mind. So if you go to Forex Factory and you see where it says US bank holidays, which is going to be the 24th, 25th, and 1st, or somewhere, 24th and the 1st, like 2 or 3 days only in this period, right? Do not be in the market. Well, you can be, but be aware of those three things. Okay, low volumes, irregular volatility, and high spreads. The US affects, whether we like it or not, it affects global markets. That's exactly what you have to be careful of. And then if you are trading a country-specific asset, as I like to call them, you are trading the yen as an asset. If the yen, if the Japanese economy is also closed, do not even touch it. You don't have US volumes, you don't have the specific country index. If you trade in the cable and over the holidays, US is closed, UK is closed, don't touch it. No matter what you see on the chart, just leave it. Bad things are gonna happen. Stay away from it. So that's all you gotta do. Then you gotta apply a bit of common sense as well. Now, the biggest market is closed, and the bigger market really thinks that from the 24th until the 2nd, they've got Christmas, they've got the New Year, etc. So people are gonna go on annual holiday. Okay, it's got nothing to do with the market, right? But most people are just gone. So you might as well take a rest then and take it easy. But that's the only reason for saying, I think people are going to leave, I'm going to take a leave. But if not, as long as the market is open, the US banks are open and processing transactions, and it's not a public holiday for your specific, get in there and trade. Now, I want to just show you for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 markets. We'll get through them. And the way I've structured my MT4 here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, right? October, November, December, January, and December, and February. February comes after January, Dr. George. Okay, so for us AVZ traders, if anyone ever said to you, AVZ traders, asset valuation zones traders, guys who trade my way of trading, 3 strategies trading off the 15-minute chart. If anyone ever gave you a chart like this and they tell you it's a daily chart and they hide the name of the asset and they hide the months, if they say to you, would you ever consider trading this market? Well, we simply look at it and all we are looking to see is, okay, do I have large trend candles? And do I have some movement within those candles? Now, what do I mean by large candles? A large candle is not necessarily just a trend candle. That is a large trend candle. It's a large candle controlled by the bulls. Okay. That candle there, this one, is a large candle, but it's a doji, perfect doji, open and closing in the same place, but it is a large candle. That candle there is a small candle. Okay. That candle there is a large candle. I say large candle. I'm not saying large bull candle, large bear candle, large candle, big candle. In the context of what you're seeing just on this chart here, I'm looking, I'm saying, okay, that's small. Small. Okay, that's okay. That's small. Big, 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 big. Okay, this is good. I would trade this market. Why would I, as a trader trading Dr. George Sway on the 15-minute chart, why would I say I can trade this market? Well, because I know we have 3 sessions, right? We have Asian session, we have London session, and we have New York session. These movements are happening in one or all of those 3 sessions. And because I can see in a month, this month of November, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, without even being scientific about how big is large. There are 12 days where the market moved dramatically from the top to the bottom. And that could have happened either in the session I trade or the next session, whatever. But chances are, out of those days, there will be at least a third. Just keep it simple. That okay in the time frame that I am in front of the market. Now, by time frame, I'm saying I'm either in the market in the Asian session or London session or US session, or I'm straddling 2 sessions. Asian and London, or maybe I just do Asian, I come back and do American, US, New York at the end of the day. At least a quarter of these would present themselves as opportunities. And because our strategies are so simple, we would obviously be trading. Now, if you just look at this whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, the only month that you could have said, let me look again a little bit more closely, would probably have been the month of January. The reason you would say that is that by default, we want to see big bull candles, big red candles, big bull candles, big red candles. Now, if you are trading on the daily chart and your strategy calls for trend candles, you would be saying, well, okay, yeah, maybe that was good. Oh my goodness, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. But we trade in the day, and any large trend candle has presented trends throughout the day. Any daily trend candle that is large, bull, bear, or doji, has had a trend of sorts in the day. It might have been prolonged, it might have been brief, it doesn't matter. But you might say, let me have a look at this. You have a look at it and say, okay, it's actually not bad. Okay, because if I look at all the candles, they are pretty reasonably large in the context of what took place in the month. There's a lot more dojis, but that's fine. That means the market has gone up and come down. Bull trend, bear trend. Happiness, love it, beautiful. Jump in. Do what you need to do. So on the yen, through December, what a beauty. And the rest of the month, there is nothing in here that says don't trade in December. So the only thing I would have to worry about is when is the, let's go through here. There is the 24th. Look at that. Okay. And there's the 26th, nothing on the 25th. There's 24th, small. Just stay away. US is closed. Perfect time to go on holiday. I do that. The only problem is when the US is closed sometimes. It's a normal work day, in South Africa. And I can say to my wife, listen, just shut your business, man. The US is on holiday. Let's go. So I gotta walk around, twiddle my thumbs, look at my charts, self workshop myself, etc. That's what you gotta do, right? Of course, when then we have a public holiday in South Africa, and the families at home, I gotta say, oh my goodness, who cares whether South Africa is on holiday or not? It doesn't affect the global market. So then I gotta say, guys, okay, I'm gonna get up, work a little bit early. I'll come back at 12 noon UK, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But otherwise, you just work, right? That's the end. Let's look at the Seng. I absolutely love Hang Seng. Oh man, bread and what and raised on Hang Seng. So look at Hang Seng with the same thing that I have told. This is December. So if I was trading Hang Seng, okay, I'm just going to make sure, okay, 24th, whatever is 24th, 23, 24th. That last time I'm on leave and I'm going to come back. By the 6th, I'm coming back. Beautiful moves, okay? But all through here, you got to trade, right? Beautiful bull trend, beautiful bear trend, beautiful up and down, fantastic opportunities for you to trade. And if you trade in the open, man, what a beauty. Look at that. Market opened here, that you'd have made enough money to say, okay, I'm done for December, right? That's a beauty all the way. And they open on this, so okay, I'm not talking strategy. I'm just saying to you, what a beauty. October, you would have said, let me have a look at it. Say, okay, beautiful. Big candle, fantastic. Happy with that candle, not as big, but I can trade it. Big candle, small candles. Yeah, it could be just one candle at the open and then sideways price action. But this is October, right? More interesting opportunities through November. Couple of small candles that you could be in the market, you're biting your nails, but to maybe one big candle, like, oh, what a pity. Maybe there'll be something happening there. Small candles into early December, and then good action, beautiful action in January, beautiful action in February. Okay. There is nothing for an intraday trader to stop you from getting up and going to work, except when the US is closed. And this is Hang Seng. When you see China specifically closed on that day, just overlap. US is closed, China is closed. Don't bother. Find another market that you can trade. Look at US markets themselves. Now, just look at this. I mean, this is a beauty in terms of tradable opportunities if you trade in intraday. Look at the candles are just beautiful opportunities. Look at December, beautiful bear trend. I mean, you would have just smiled all the way until the 18th, 19th, 20th, 24th. That was like probably I'm going home now and I'm coming back on the 1st or the 6th, whatever, like we said there. I mean, just beauty. Why would you stay out? If you are a trader and you have strategies and you know what to trade, get into the market and trade. If you're going to go on leave for reasons that you want to go on leave for reasons that you go on leave. Don't go on leave because it's just December. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense for intraday traders. Oh, by the way, I'm getting carried away. If you have no clue how Dr. George Nabanja trades, what this AVZ of trading on the 15-minute chart is, pencil in, look at your pathway. Saturday, the 24th of January, I am presenting my course again, the AVZ of trading. Make sure you are there 24th of January and get to find out why we just trade except when US banks are closed. Now, is there anyone who would say, don't trade in December? Oh my goodness, we're in December. Don't trade. Let all these beautiful setups go away because it's December. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be there right up to the 19th. And the reason for that is that's a Friday. My wife and I have agreed to shut down our businesses and then we come back in early January. US, this is what, US 100. What's the time? Oh my goodness, 6 minutes to go. We'll get there. US 100. Again, US markets. Look, any reason. You might look at this and say, let me look at, okay, small candles, but that's what, 3 out of like 12, 2, 3 small candles on the daily, which might be a little bit challenging to trade, but everything else that's good, that's large, we trade, we make money, we bank the money. Look at December. How beautiful can this be? Absolutely. January, a beaut. February, a beaut. No reason not to be in the market, except, of course, see, they're closed. Bang, things shut. Let's have a look at the European markets. Guys, look at this. Just take out the small candles. Beautiful. You can say, oh, no, look at this sideways market where we trade intraday. So we trade from the top to the bottom and through everything. So as long as the candle is large, huge opportunities through November, beautiful opportunities through December, small bit of candles here, you just watch and leave unless you get an easy, pristine gift to take. But otherwise, opportunities. Then into January, bang, okay? UK 100, they're also going to close with the American Christmas and whatever stuff may be. Sideways price action characteristic of the UK 100, it doesn't bother us as we trade in the day. As long as the candles are large, money, opportunities to make money. Okay, just checking. There's no question. Getting carried away. As long as the candle is large, there is opportunities for us. Small candles are problematic. You don't know that. You can't predict what it's going to be like. But when you get in there and you stick to the strategies that I teach you, there's nothing to do. I mean, there's enough of our coaching videos where I talk about conditions not to trade. Just ignore it, okay? Because the days will come and you will make money. You get into December, you might say, okay, pretty small days here. You get rewarded there, you get rewarded there, you get rewarded there, nothing there, get rewarded there, rewarded there, rewarded there. All you need, guys, I mean, you all understand that if you make 6% a month, you double your account in a year. I mean, we're happy with 1%, 2%, 3%. And I'm showing you 6, 7, 8 markets. You don't need to be scrambling through all of them. Just wait pristinely. Grab a cup of coffee. I gotta drink this. My wife made the coffee and I'm forgetting to drink it. Grab a cup of coffee and wait. Beautiful opportunities. If you just say, okay, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days only in UK 100 in December, but you've looked at 4 or 5 other markets. I mean, if out of those markets you just had each day, let's say each day only had 4 setups in your particular session, I mean, we're already talking of 20 opportunities in December before we get to that week of holidays shutdown. Get in there, look for the opportunities. Commodities, silver. I mean, look at that. Just without even going into depth, look for the large candles. How many can you see? Guys, they're just everywhere. And that signifies movement, whether it's a bull trend candle, bear trend candle, dodgy, we've gone up, we've come back. So bull trend, bear trend, fantastic strategies for all of that. There is just opportunities everywhere. And I'm going on as I'm coming to close to say, guys, except for when Forex Factory said US bank holidays, trade the markets. And then if your particular market is affected by a specific country, and that country has got a holiday, Japan, China, Australia, South Africa, don't trade. Otherwise, work. I'm a working trader, by the way. I'm here to work and get my wealth from the markets. That's what I do. I'm not a holiday trader. I'm a working trader. Let's look at gold finally. And then we can say, okay, cheers, guys. Look at this. Big candles. November, what is this? October had good trend candles in the context of what the month had. We had big trends unfolding throughout November. Tights here, small candles, so you might have had to wait a little bit, in that. But look at it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beautiful candles that we could have traded trends within. Now, obviously, you can see the bias, right? I trade intraday. I'm not trading off the daily charts. I'm using the daily charts to show you that you can trade throughout the year. Just watching out for US bank holidays because of, you got it, low volumes, irregular volatility, and wide spreads. And having gotten to that, looking at the time, 30 minutes on the spot, no questions. Guys, I absolutely enjoyed it. I will catch up with you. If you are part of the AVZ crew, keep sending the questions. See you in the Q&A, the last one before we shut down, which is on the 18th of January, of December, 18th of December, before I shut down on the 19th. Thank you for the love, the thumbs up, etc. Absolutely enjoyed. We'll catch up again. Sam, thank you. Bye-bye.